Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, as I said, today we are going to focus on, or we are going to start from the second stage of the life cycle of records, which is distribution and use. So during this stage, I'm also going to talk about what must happen before the stage can take place and during the stage. So obviously, some of the matters are the ones that are discussed in the previous stage, such as the creation of the policies, procedures, and the consultation with the legislations. And in this case, the control registers also need to be made available and ready for use, because we don't want the situation whereby these key documents or key tools are developed during the time when they are supposed to be applied or implemented. So this is an implementation stage rather than a preparation stage, because at this stage records are expected to be distributed to different recipients, be it a request or a recipient who are expecting a communication from external or even internal officials. Like, for instance, the organization may be receiving letters or memos from other organization outside your organization, like correspondence about supply of equipment and many other things, or correspondence as a complaint or a compliment or any business related communications. So this means at this stage, the control registers have to be ready so that once this kind of documents or records are received, you are able to record them, because you must transact the process of their arrival and the distribution to the appropriate recipient who has been waiting for them. And the means of delivery, as I said, like if depending on the organizational plan, if you're delivering to the recipients using the email or a human messenger or fax or post, those enablers need to be made ready before the records arrive. So you must also be prior to this stage, you have to also plan whether your registry is going to be centralized or decentralized, and these options will depend on the nature of the structure of the organizations. There are some organizations that have many different branches or regions where services are also rendered, and one central office in the provincial or head office, if you can call it. So in this case, it will depend. Your decision may depend on the nature, the use or demand of the records, whether you want to centralize or decentralize your registering. Because in a situation where the records is in high demand, obviously the records will need to be, the registry will need to be decentralized to those regions or branches, because records will be delayed access during a request, because there will be a lot of travelings if those such records are centralized. So, but if they are decentralized, the access will be very easy and appropriate to the clients. But in case the records in the organization are not frequently requested or demanded, they may be centralized. Like, for instance, I can give example with the healthcare records. Obviously, in this situation, medical records cannot be centralized to the provincial office or to the districts. They need to be located at or in that particular healthcare facility or institution, be it a clinic or a hospital, even a health center. So the setup will depend also on the use and demand, the frequency of demand, whether one has to centralize or decentralize. So the other important thing is to come up with the electronic record keeping system to ensure that access to these records is not a struggle as and when the records are requested or demanded by the clients. This will be a very great enabler for the organization. And the other thing that I need to highlight is that during the distribution, it is very important that the recipients receive the records in time and without any delay, because some of the communications is about instructions for discharging certain business activities, and some of these things have deadlines. And if the record or correspondence reach the recipients late, it may cause a problem whereby the recipient receive the correspondence long after the deadline for discharge of the particular function, and that will hit back to the registry or record manager to say the late delivery of the correspondence to officials. Thank you for listening.